Hi, once again, this is Brother Teacher. I want to apologize in advance before I begin this video. A couple weeks ago, maybe three, I attempted to do a video on a couple of my favorite hand combinations, and I had some background noise from my students in another room, and it was a pretty good video. I liked it. However, I did believe on some level that it was a distraction, and I did not really realize that until some of you told me that the noise was disturbing. So I, as in Brother Teacher fashion, decided to do another video minus the background noise. And again, I apologize. So we're going to get right to it. For those of you that may be novices, beginners in the martial arts, this is for you. And for those of you that may be intermediates, this is for you as well. Even advanced and black belt level, those who have been in the martial arts for a while, sometimes we need refreshers, or we need a different point of view coming from someone different than we're accustomed to. So this is Brother Teacher explaining these techniques to you. Now, I've been told over the years that I'm a great teacher, and I accept that. I don't walk around telling people, I'm the best teacher that ever walked the earth, anything of that sort. But one thing I do know, as much as I have, I give it to you, and as much as I know, I try to make it as elementary as possible in my expressing it and trying to convey it to those that are watching me, because I know that everyone does not comprehend the same. Some people get things just like that. Other people, they need to watch a video over and over again of you doing the technique, or they need you practice it with them over and over again. And many instructors don't have the time to spend one-on-one with students, for a long period of time, because we're inundated with other things. Our lives, our family, our business, and so on and so forth. So it's not that we don't want to spend that time with you. So that's why we make videos, something that you can cherish, something that you can always go back and re-watch again. So with that being said, I'm going to get to my combinations that I have found to be very effective for me and many of my students, and even some of my associates. And these are bread and butter techniques, as we say in the martial arts oftentimes. These are staple. These are fundamentals. They're very basic. And please bear with me the way in which I express it, and keep it in context for those people who like to try and criticize and say, well, I will never fight a person straight on like that. Neither would I. So you're not going to see me fight straight on like this. I'm only illustrating the technique to you, and I want you to get the whole gist of what I'm saying. Okay, so now I'm facing you square. This is the demarcation line, straight down the middle of your body, down your nose, down your mouth, down your chin, straight down your chest, all the way down, splitting you in half. That's your center line, fundamentally. Okay, herein lies your organs, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your abdominal region containing your intestines within, your spleen, and so forth. We want to protect the center. Now, I've seen Wing Chun practitioners over the years practice traditional Wing Chun straightforward. I'm not knocking that. I tell my students and those that I train to try to be thin as you possibly can when you're engaging someone in a confrontation, to limit the exposed area, thereby not giving them an easy target. So we would rather be to the side. So for the most part, the target is going to be our head, because they don't have readily good access of the center. So even standing to the side, you still want to keep your hands up, protecting your center, even though it might be a little exposed if my hands were down. In other words, here. I don't believe in standing completely to the side. That doesn't make sense. But about here, almost as if you were walking in a normal stride. Okay, arms up. You want to keep your elbow in and your hand up about where your nose is, about here. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here. It just depends on the person and your training and your particular art that you're studying in. Okay, this other hand here, I'm going to show you to the side, should be roughly around the elbow. This, not that it really matters to you. If I'm teaching someone how to protect themselves, all of the jargon, all of the technical terminology, it's not important, because that's not what's saving your life. It's the techniques that's saving your life and the application thereof. Okay, so this traditionally in Wing Chun is called Man Sao, or asking hand. This hand on the inside is called Wu Sao, or protective hand. This protects your center, it's guarding. Okay, now bear with me. Some of the things that you might see me do may not be traditional Wing Chun, and they're not. I'm telling you right now, they're not, because I've studied more than one discipline. So they will all sort of meld together, all right? So now let's get to the combinations. So my hands are here to the side. We're going to execute the back fist here. This particular back fist is executed to the side of the body for the most part. Here, that's the back fist. Now, since this hand is closer to the target, it would stand to reason if we want to effect an immediate attack, it would be the lead hand. Note that I said lead. It will lead off and it will be followed by that punch. Reverse punch or a four-fist strike. Okay, so this is your first combination that I'm giving you. 1 and 2. Note that my arms are still protecting me. I'm not going to throw my arm out here, my lead arm, and leaving my body open. And I'm not going to punch traditional karate and leaving my body open. I'm going to instead attack, leaving my arm in this space, and I'm going to follow, leaving both arms in that space, that imaginary square, so to speak. Okay, so again from here, 1, 2. Now, it seems, or would seem, as if they're going to be one technique when you have mastered this. And mind you, you must practice this over and over and over again so that you can develop muscle memory, good timing, and good reflexes. Okay, so 1, 2. Now, no one is going to stand still and let you hit them if they believe that you know anything about fighting at all, let alone martial arts. So you want to step into your target, step into your attack, in other words, just in case that person were to back up. Okay, so now, when you step with your lead leg. Okay, you go forward, 1, follow. Stepping back again, 1, and follow, just like so. Again, 1, 2. All right, it almost looks like 1 when you master it. Here, 1 technique. 1, you want to feed this hand to them and make them believe that they're going to be hit with it. Sometimes it's intended to be a strike, followed by the most powerful follow-up, which is your reverse punch, okay? And sometimes it is intended to be a fake or a feint. You want to get them to commit their arms by blocking, by coming up, exposing their bodies. So you want to throw it up, you have to sell it to them, and then you follow with the other technique. And before they realize what's going on, you are already in close distance or range to execute elbows, pseudos, or knife hands up close. You got it? Okay, so one more time. Here, back fist, reverse punch. Back fist, reverse punch. I'll do it on both sides. And as I said in the last video, you never change your stance by dropping your hands. If you change your stance, you always keep covered, just like so. So now I'm in a right stance. My right hand is forward. It's going to be here and there again, here and there. Stepping forward, boom, boom, like so. Here, like so. Okay, Now, I think that's enough said about that particular combination, because it doesn't take a rocket science to figure it out. All it takes is you practicing it. Now, the next combination is going to be the blast, as they term it in Wing Chun. But don't believe just because you see something in Wing Chun, or excuse me, Jeet Kune Do, they like to call it a blast. Wing Chun calls it a chain punch, all right? Chain punch. Now, as I began to say, don't think just because one art has labeled something, it doesn't exist in another art by a different name. The Sun Fist, or Chung Choi, does not exclusively belong to Wing Chun. So understand that. Okay, it is done with the hand cocked down when you strike. It is also done with the hand corkscrewing up, twisting at the wrist. More indicative of Wing Chun, okay? On impact, in other words, it's here and up. All right, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to emphasize just punching with the upper two knuckles as if you were going to throw a reverse punch. I'll save the other part for another video. So when you execute your Sun Fist, we're going to assume our stance again. Now, our lead hand will begin. 1. Now, I call this tracking. Where this hand is going to be. So once I execute this punch, the first punch, the second punch follows that same path, and then the third punch follows that same path as well. And if you throw 4, 5, 6 punches here, like so. And the same is true in the first illustration of the combination that I showed you before, back fist, reverse punch. You want to step into your technique. So it's going to be here, 1, 2, 3. Stepping back again. 1, 2, 3, stepping forward. 1, 2, 3. Just like so. Now, the way I executed this technique in this particular sense was I went over the fist that's in front. Here, like so. You don't want to come like a hammer fist, because that takes you outside of the straight line. You want to be as straight and direct as possible with your techniques. Okay? Now, the next way you can execute that same punch is going underneath the one that's in front. So it's like this. 1, 2. You're replacing the hand. 3. Just like this. Underneath. All right? And oftentimes when an opponent have their arms extended towards you punching, you can go underneath their own arm, or you can go on top of their arm. Okay? So that's the purpose of those two punches and the direction in which I just explained. So now again, the blast or the chain punch, if you will. And a chain punch does not necessarily have to be fist attacks. It can be a combination of this and a knife hand or a palm strike as well. The concept is the same. So stepping forward, here is 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, like that. And make sure that you always breathe out on the execution of the technique. So here again is like so, or you can ki-up or ki-ai, or a battle cry, if you will. So on this side here, it would be the same thing, and the elbow stays in. You don't want your arm over to the side exposing yourself, because you have more support from the base or the trunk of the body when the arms are closer in, and it's more effective and more powerful. Okay, so when you go forward, it's here, 1, 2, and 3. Stepping forward, 1, 2, and 3. I hope that this video was of value to you, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day and watching this. If you enjoyed this video, and all of my videos for that matter, please share them with someone that you love, and like and subscribe if you desire. This has been Brother Teacher, and I thank you once again, and you have a blessed day or evening. See you in the next video. So long.